Hi, I'm Farrah Sachs, and welcome to the Community Voice. The Lien Library is in the house today. CEO founder Mac Alabre and COO Rohanson Joseph are my guests. The Lien Library helps municipalities, property owners, and title companies assess property debt and lien information in a seamless and easy way. Thank you. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you, Farrah. Thank you for having us.
And it's crazy. You're brothers as well as partners.
That's correct.
That's a good mix.
It is a beautiful mix. So let's talk about the Lien Library, how that happened, how you got from God bless you, Mac. You are a current PhD student.
Yes.
And you were in logistics before.
Yes.
And let's talk about it. How did it begin?
Well, like I said before, thank you for having us in the house.
You're very welcome.
We'll make sure, we use this time, wisely to inform people about what we do and why, it matters. And as you said before, we are brothers, which means, what we do, we care about it, and we want to make sure we do it right. So the story started really when I used to work at the city of North Miami. I was the person working in the finance department doing the lien searches, and I used to do them manually. And I realized every time I'm coming to the office, there is a stack of papers that I have to go through to get that information out to the public. And I realized, hey, there must be a better way. And at that time, I was finishing my MBA at FIU. It was taking a toll on my academic, performance as well. So I said, you know what? My brother and I, we know how to run a business. We sat down at FIU. We met a couple of other fellows, and we said, hey, guys, how can we bring this, alive?
Interesting.
That's how, the whole thing started.
And Joseph, and you come into this as the COO. So tell me a little bit, what that means and this morphing from, being a business owner now.
Yes, to be honest with you, it's all about the community because I take a lot of pleasure like by helping people because most of the homeowner, they just like being happy by acquiring and property to live in and calling home. But there is a lot of more or to maintain this property or to keep everything like follow the city rules, the code. And then by helping people to see if they have any lien on their property and then do seminar with them. For example, we did a seminar with the city of Miramar. And then there's a lot of homeowners that came to the seminar, and then we help them to know what is a lien, if you have a lien, or to close the lien, if you have any open permit, or to comply with the city to close this permit. And then there's a lot of fun on it. It's just helping the community.
Absolutely. So why should the municipalities and property owners and title companies, what do you want them to know about the Lien Library as far as helping them making maybe a seamless or a swifter search for their title and for any kind of debt that might be on that property?
Absolutely. So for the title companies, what we want them to know is that there is a new way for you now to get your liens information from the municipalities. And for the municipalities now, we want to let them know there is a new way now you can provide that information much faster to the public and much more efficient to staff, working at the city.
And how does that happen? Do they have to subscribe, Joseph, or is it something that they have to come to you? Do you have to implement software for them to be able to use the Lien Library?
We have both interface. We have one for the from the website that title company and owners can go directly, or realtors, like everybody can just go on the website to request the lien search. And then we have a second one for the municipality that we help them to process all the requests that they have.
And who are some of your clients?
Currently, we are in talk with over 41 cities now across Dade County, Broward County, and Palm Beach County. But we have launched officially for, Hialeah Gardens and Miami Gardens.
And how's that working for them? How long has they been on board with you?
We wanted so bad to find out, hey, what does that experience look like, for you now? Now you have a new way to provide search information. We launched a survey, and surprisingly, the survey came back to us 5 out of 5 ratings from all the items we assessed, which was usefulness of the software, and then we assessed ease of use of the software. And all staff members and even the clients, meaning the title companies, took that survey. It was 5 out of 5.
Isn't that wonderful? And for myself, let's say I was buying a house. would I be able to access the lien library?
Absolutely. You go online, lienlibrary.com, you create an account, and then you enter the address or the folio of that property. And from there, you request it from the city.
So is it an easy application? And the information's on the scroll right now. That's great.
Yes, very easy.
It's very
easy. You access it either on your phone or you go on your computer and you request that information.
And how did you figure this out, Joseph?
By designing the website, we said like someone will be able to request an interest by 3 clicks. Click, you go on the website, click, you put the address in, and the app just populate automatically, and then you pay for it in 3 clicks.
And who are you looking for next? What would be an ideal client for you?
Well, I mean, we would love to actually work with many more cities or all the cities in the Tri-County area or the state or even the U.S. That's the dream, because we realize when we've done our market research, all the cities experience the same problems. Therefore, we start at home. So any cities in Dade County, like Sunny Hill, for instance, or Aventura, or even other cities across Broward as well, that are open and willing to actually work with us. We can set a time, we meet, we show exactly what we've been doing for other cities, and we get it done for them too.
So they have to buy the software?
That's a good question. The software comes free to the city. That's one of the main theses when we started the company. We said the city doesn't need to pay to acquire the software. However, the way we make money is basically by charging a convenience fee per order, which means when title companies or property owners place an order for a lien search on our platform, they pay a convenience fee. And that's how we make our money.
So you pay per the click for that property, let's just say.
Yes, per order.
Interesting. So in other words, they don't have to download anything.
No.
So it's user friendly.
User friendly.
Very
user friendly.
So why aren't more engaging, Joseph? Or if you, Mac, I hear you jumping in. Go ahead.
I mean, I'll say currently, the way the city's administrations are structured.
Yes.
So it's more about what kind of policy that needs to be adopted at the moment. And they're not looking at things that can make the city effective in terms of technology wise, or even if it's happening, it's not happening at a very it doesn't have a higher rate really. It's more about policies. That's why it takes so much longer. However, when we sit down, we have a chance to meet with either commissions or even city managers. Automatically, they are on board.
Yes.
Wow.
And then, for example, I told them like they're already doing a good job by providing them this information, but they can do better than that. Because, for example, let's take the IRS. Before that, to pay the IRS, you have to mail the check, and then from there, like they see there's an issue with that, and then they implement the website that people can go directly and then pay the IRS. So basically, that's what we do.
So it's come a long way from those handwritten stacks that you would come into the office with. So everything is seamless because it's all digitized.
That's correct.
It's all online.
That's correct.
Wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And what are the benefits of the lien library for the property owners and the title companies? What makes it important for them?
So what I realized in my time working as the person providing search information, many of the property owners, they don't even know there is a lien until when they are closing their properties, which to me, I feel like it's a disservice, to the property owner. You find out at the end when you're closing, that's when there's a huge bill of $30,000 or $100,000 that you have to pay back. While you could have taken that, a long time ago.
But isn't that the job of the title company to do that more at the beginning?
So the city most likely can do a better job at engaging with the residents or the property owners. But unfortunately, sometimes they don't have the manpower to do so. And that's where we come in, which is the main benefit they gain. Once we digitize those information, we can make it much more easier for property owners to simply go online and access that information. And as well, we work with the city by sending out mail more often periodically to those property owners that have a lien. Therefore, it creates more community engagement, which benefits the community. The city can get paid, and the title company get access to that information much faster.
And are you live and available for chat if folks need your assistance, if they're having a situation?
We apply with a rule of 15. If you contact us like before 15 minutes, you should get someone in touch with you.
Okay, I'm going to call you right now. I call you right about hello.
Yes.
Wow, that is an amazing, and that's amazing to be able to really interface with a community and a municipality. And I think it's really important that the community leaders also engage, because it makes their life so much easier. Why? It seems like a no-brainer.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And why aren't the cities tracking and collecting outstanding liens more effective? What's going on more? Why isn't it efficient?
It really, at the city level, first, there isn't enough manpower. Second, the technology that they're currently using, it's not really much more efficient. So that's why when we build Lien Library, we take into consideration, hey, how do we help the cities digitize those information they have currently sitting in a cabinet for a long time that no one is touching really? And when we digitize that information, what do we do with it? We enable the city to make decisions. Hey, there is some properties here, they have a lot of code violations. How can we bring that, really to the property owner, letting them know, hey, there is a code violation here for something regarding trash, back in like 10 years ago, but the trash is no longer there, but still there's a fine that keeps, accruing over time. So we want to help the cities, by not only digitizing this information, but as well reaching out to those property owners, letting them know, hey, there is an issue here, and it may be very chaotic for you down the road. Take care of it now.
And what is the percentage of the municipalities, the title companies, and the end user, the consumer that's looking to buy a house or to see what's going on in that form of record? What is the percentage? What is the breakdown right now that you're seeing percentage-wise?
So we follow the real estate market. So we know Dade County is a very active real estate market. So if there is currently 300,000 properties currently in the market, so we would say there are 300,000 people currently looking for information regarding those properties. If there is any utility bill pending currently, or anything code, or anything permit.
Interesting. Want to add more to that? I felt like you wanted to tell me more.
For example, like you can see for one house, you can see 13 people sending requesting some information only for one address, because everybody's trying to acquire this property.
And what were some of the responses to the municipalities that you're working with right now? What are they thinking about the Lien Library?
They are very happy with our service, and that. I don't know if it's the way we build the system, or if it's the way we interact with them by providing them support, or if it's because even if it's free, but they love Lien Library. They love it.
And how many people are on staff with you all?
So currently we have a staff of 4 that is full-time, and then we have 4 part-time as well.
Wait, is that like 8 brothers all together?
No,
None of the same family?
No.
And how much revenue can a city generate by collecting the liens more progressively, more effectively, and more actively?
We can say millions.
So you can save a city.
Yes.
Millions.
Cities can bring millions by simply working with us, or just by simply sending out information to those property owners, letting them know, hey, you have a liens. Those folks, they will pay at the end. And the cities, they do a great job by having, some of them have a lien amnesty program where they can even offer property owners a percentage to pay off that lien, even 90% discount to pay off that lien. For instance, if someone has $100,000 lien and the city offer you 90% discount, well, that's a win for you. Take advantage of it. But how are you going to take advantage of something that you don't know that it exists? And you can only know that by working with us.
And then we facilitate the communication too, because someone may have a lien on the property, and then by calling the city, they told us you have to call the building department, and then the building department told you that you have to contact code, because there's a lot of steps to do it. With us, we can go directly to the main point, and then to help you to reduce the amount, or to pay the city for the lien.
So you're really cutting some time for the consumer and
for both sides, the city side and then the
absolutely
the homeowner.
And why is the Lien Library important to the community?
The first reason why Lien Library is important for our community, it was built by someone that cares about the community. Even when we're not working with the cities, we take time to educate folks in the community about the importance of being aware of how something can impact your house. As we know, having a house is really the first path toward wealth. And if you have a house, you want to make sure you take care of it. And by taking care of it means you want to find out if there is anything that is financial that can be a liability for you down the road. And this way, by staying aware of those information, Lien Library help you to actually comply with the city, whatever that needs to be done, and so you can take care of it.
And then we have only one word: people first.
People first.
People first.
Yeah.
Our community first.
Your moms taught you well. Hi, moms. Let's talk about your background and what you brought to the table and how that really has meshed well to creating the Lien Library and moving it forward. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Joseph. I know we talked a lot about the Lien Library and what's important and why it's important. Why is it important to you? Probably just to work with your brother, right?
You know, I always like to do everything that I'm doing well. And then I try to always to put value in everything that I touch. From that, and then we see that there's a good need from the community. So we say, let's bring something to the community to help people. And then it's by helping that we built Lien Library as a family.
And your former position was as a logistics manager.
Yes.
Does that help you here?
Oh, a lot. Even to train people, like to organize like seminar, and then there's a bunch of other stuff like that get mixed on it.
Absolutely. And Mac,
Yes.
you too. You're studying right now and working. So
Yeah.
tell me, and you have a family.
Yes.
Tell me, how are you balancing all of that?
Well, I would say.
Why is
Don't sleep.
Joseph loud? He looks pretty good for no sleep.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, first, I start my day by asking, God, strength, so I can do as much as I can and be useful. That's my first principle. Ask God for strength and make sure I'm useful. How can I be useful for my team at Lien Library, for the customers we have at Lien Library, for my community, and for the peers that I have at FIU? How can I be useful?
Mm-hmm.
And the way I go about, doing all this is by creating the proper time. Usually I have, the energy to work on Lien Library, a mission, but usually I don't have the energy. Sometimes these energy is being distributed toward, my academic life, because I'm currently earning a PhD at FIU in IO psychology. It's not an easy journey. Easy journey, and creating even the company Lien Library is not an easy journey.
Tell me about that. Tell me about that PhD. What is that about?
So the funny things, when I started the PhD, I studied economics. I did my undergrad economics at FIU, and I went for the MBA. I realized, hey, what can provide me the most useful information? Which field can provide me the most useful information that enables me to understand people really in the workplace? And I decided I'm going for, IO psychology, industrial organizational psychology. It allows me really to understand people through the length, their behaviors in the workplace, and what actually impact those behaviors. How do they work together to actually bring something that is useful and that is impactful to the workplace? And that's what I'm learning currently in my PhD. How do you assess people? How do you assess those talents? And how do you select the right people in the right job to do the right thing? As you know, my brother is sitting next to me. He's not only sitting because he's my brother, but he's sitting there because I know he's the right partner for that journey. He has the skills, he has the talent, and he has the right attitude for us to get there. That's why he's sitting there.
Mm. What a beautiful thing to say. How did it make you feel when he said that?
Very, very great. And then he asked me this question that you ask him like every day. How can I manage everything too? Because he always told me that you are a blessing. You are a blessing for this company, and you are a blessing for us. Because we make something too on the company that we hire people by character. Because you may bring your resume, and then there's a lot of quick stuff on it, but we sit down with you, and then we look at your character, what you can bring to the company.
And that's why I felt that right away.
Yeah.
I felt that right away being with both of you, that there's a lot of character, there's a lot of care, there's a lot of ethical behavior and thought into what you're doing. And how do you bring that when you're studying people into the workplace of dealing with the cities? Is that part of that journey for you and that you're able to apply?
It's very difficult, I'll say. Dealing with people, it's very difficult. But if you know exactly what people care about, you can deal with them. because everyone has something they care about deeply, whether it's themselves, whether it's their values or their own belief. But if you know that, you can deal with them, because there's a lot more we can agree on than there are things that we can disagree on, I think. But when we sit down, when we are discussing, hey, how are we going to help, for instance, the city of Miami regarding staff? When we meet with staff, we said, where do you find the most painful things for you in the workplace? And once we start from there, we find out, okay, I just want to get that information out very quickly, or I want to access that information very quickly. And when we sit down as a team, we discuss, hey, what kind of features can we add on our platform now that can benefit the staff?
And the interesting thing is for people that to have that conversation in a meaningful way, where you're asking, what's the problem here? What are your pain points? You have had to have established a relationship, whether it be 5 minutes, 10 minutes before that actual engagement, so that they feel comfortable that they want to tell you what the problem is, because sometimes it could be smoke and mirrors. So how do you get beyond that, knowing that there is a problem in the system, because most systems have a glitch here and there, and in creating the Lien library, you're getting to those defects, those problems, you're looking for solutions, making solutions to making it seamless and easy for the end user, whether it be the municipalities, title companies, or home buyers.
Yes. And I'll say there is a lot of things that we're learning as we're building the company, and it is due to the resources that are available to us in the community. For instance, being part of many accelerators like the venture mentoring team with my mentor, Bob Nelson, and even being part of Endeavor Miami, that has helped us, tremendously, being part of Startup FIU. And
why don't you talk a little bit about those that you're involved with for the community?
For instance, at Endeavor Miami, when the journey first started with Startup FIU, that we wanted to find out how can we actually take that idea that we have to a level where it can be impactful toward both title companies and government. And we sat there with staff and we discussed, okay, this is what we need. We identify a problem. How do we work on the solutions now? And after some time, we met with the venture mentoring team. They are I would say a great caliber of entrepreneurs that have already succeeded in many industries. And they help us really get that idea, stay focused really on our mission. And when we reach to Endeavor Miami, they help us now. It's basically we sift through all the problems that we can work on to focus on one single problem. And once we get down to that single problem, which is bring efficiency to the cities, that's when really the fun started.
I would imagine. And any of the other that you're participating in, any other projects?
So we have currently maybe
God knows you have a litany of things that you need to do. When is this PhD done?
Well, my current research really in my PhD, my interest is finding out how new technology would impact underrepresented groups in the workplace.
Oh, perfect. And you have your little mice subject matters right in front of you.
Yeah.
Because I realize, especially coming with, from the government sector, there's a lot of senior people and technology is advancing at a rapid rate.
Yes.
And those technologies are not being developed thinking that, okay, somebody that is a senior that is 55, they may not be able to adapt with that technology as somebody who's 18. And what would happen with someone who's 55 with a set new software or new technology in the workplace? They'll struggle. And if somebody's struggling with their work, their performance will decrease. And if their performance decrease, then they're most likely to be fired.
Yeah.
And that's the interest I have right now in terms of research, and then see how can we build technologies much more, bringing inclusion toward those technology to help having everybody they can use it very easily and interact with it very easily, so that it can create much more. It can bring more impact.
Beautiful. In the time we have left, something that you want to share with our audience that we might not have covered during our time together that you would like our audience to know?
Yeah.
Well, what I will say to our
you're not getting off easy though, Joseph. You are up next.
What I'll say to our community members, we started this mission thinking that, hey, we're doing this here to benefit the community. We came from Haiti, and we know by integrating ourselves, our life in this community right here that has received us, whether it's our community where we live or even FIU, there must be something that we can do to give back. And if you allow us, you give us the tool to give it back, we'll do it right. Like, my brother said, we'll do it right. And that's what Lien Library is all about. That's why I say to so many people, even if you're not interacting with Lien Library currently, what we want you to know is, if in the future you're buying or you're selling a house, we want you to know that you can lean on us, Lien, lean on us, because that's what we do. We love it.
Lean on me when
yes.
you're not strong.
Yes.
Joseph?
Yes, and I said, as we always said, we always put the community first. We always here like to help. Like when you say help, we help people even outside the company, because we know that by giving and then we can receive back. And as they know us, like, so from so many cities that we visit or we have meeting with, we are the two happy guys.
The two happy guys?
Yeah, we are the two happy guys. We say happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday. Every day is a blessing. Every day is a happy day for us.
Exactly.
Sitting with you and the time that I've got to know Mac a little bit more and sitting with you, Joseph, I feel that. I feel that there's a care and there's a concern and there's a need that each community needs to make it easier so that they can lean on Lien Library.
That's correct.
So I want to thank you for your time and much success. And may you make the world an easier place to get around and to figure out what's going on in our homes and our municipalities and title companies and home buyers. And thank you for the opportunity for being with me today. I thank you.
Thank you for
Farah.
having us.
Thank you, Farah.
And I want to thank you for joining me today on Farah Sachs. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Now we can all sing like, lean on me. When you're not strong. And a special thank you to Julian Chang, who now has a second location in Pinecrest. Go visit his boutique for all your clothing and accessory needs.